It's like Alec Man in Mega Man 1 is completely impossible to beat Buster Only, but with the cut in a weapon, as long as you spam the button, you can't lose.
Yeah,
right.
And it's like I feel like a game like Mega Man 7 has a pretty good balance where not so much Cloud Man has Spark Vangel syndrome, and but it is one of those things where if you fight them Buster Only, they have a nice bevy of attacks that are all perfectly dodgeable and easy to read, except Capsule 7. I'm talking more about like the Robot Masters. And it's like, it's fun to fight them both ways, and they're balanced in such a way that you can fight them both ways. Because a lot of the bosses in these first couple Mega Man games, and again, it is early in the series.
Like Shadow Man is really hard to beat without...
Yeah.
In Mega Man 3. It's really fucking... God dang it. It's really hard to beat Buster Only.
Yeah.
But like, just about all the bosses in Mega Man 3 are easy to beat Buster Only, too.
But I guess one thing I will give these bosses credit for is that they're quick and they don't have invincibility frames. So
what am I doing?
So I
forgot about this.
Yeah, they don't have invincibility frames. So you each shot you hit them with does damage, which is nice. But it also means that the bosses are really quick.
They have invincibility frames.
And this is
they have invincibility frames.
Well, like if you go to a later game in the series, like I said, I replayed X4 recently, and in X4 you hit them with their weakness, or you hit them with a Charge Buster shot or whatever, and it will be like a full 3 seconds before you can hit them again. And that's not how this game works.
That's bullshit. The invincibility is like a third of a second, so you can't just mash on them.
That's what I meant.
But you can't hit them pretty quick. This is one of the other favorite memes about Mega Man 2.
Is that he's vulnerable to his own weapon?
He's vulnerable to his own weapon, but on easy mode he dies in one hit.
There you go. Yeah. So
as easy as it gets.
The bosses in this game have kind of a loosey-goosey sort of... The first two games anyway have kind of a loosey-goosey thing where sometimes it feels difficult to know how they intend for you to dodge certain attacks. Like Flame Man especially is a good example of that, where you're supposed to jump over them, but they come at kind of a weird rhythm, so it's kind of difficult to do. And that's something they improved on in the later games, notably by I'd say even by Mega Man 4 or 5, they start getting to a point where everything's dodgeable if you're paying attention.
Shit.
And doing it Buster Only.
I'm out of I didn't save my weapons at all, so
whatever, I'm sure we can come up with more things to say, but that's I guess what
Give me just a sec. I have to look up a backup weakness because I always use them.
I guess I bring all this up to say that one of the reasons I don't like Mega Man 9 and 10 is because the boss design really feels more out of these first two games than anything that came later. Like the bosses,
right?
And the good news, well, I guess 9 more so than 10. The good news for 9 is at least the bosses go by pretty quickly if you have their weakness. But I find that actually... what's the first one in the week? Galaxy Man and Concrete Man I feel are realistic to beat Buster Only, but the rest of them, especially with how hard the levels are, I've never been able to get close. And I know that there are achievements for getting them all Buster Only, so it's technically possible. I'm sure if you have, E-tanks, it helps. But yeah, they have that same sort of design where a lot of their attacks are difficult to dodge. There's no slide in the game anymore, so they can't build bosses around that. They have that.
Why wouldn't you pause the button? God!
You don't have the Buster to get high.
If you have a shot on screen, you can't pause the game. So I was trying to pause to use an E-tank, but it wouldn't let me pause.
Mm-hmm.
And this is normally I have metal blades for this, but I'm all out, so I'm kind of boned here.
And I don't know, and then Mega Man 10 is even worse because they have it, mechanically you don't have the Charge Buster or the slide, but you have shit like Blade Man who jumps all over the screen, and you could barely hit the fucking guy with your regular Buster, and even with his weaknesses, he's kind of a pain too. I don't know, because that is kind of my problem with that game is. I can appreciate art style and the nostalgia of it and trying to go back to an older phase of the franchise when people were young, just as an aesthetic. But when it comes to the design, it feels like, oh yeah, we had these great bosses in Mega Man 7 and 8 that were more well-designed and more thought out and more of like a fully fleshed out experience. And then you go to 9 and 10 and they're going back to the bare basic Mega Man 1 and 2 design, and it feels like a huge step backwards. Because the reason those games were designed the way they were is they were the first of their kind, and there's nothing wrong with that. And for their time, they had pretty solid bosses, but like the Mega Man series had come so far with both the classic and the X games that by the time you get to 9, it feels like they're taking a step backwards deliberately, and
Was that when Kenji was leaving, or I'm trying to remember?
I'm pretty sure
it was made by Inti Creates. It was made by a different company other than Capcom.
Well, I'm pretty sure Inafune produced both of them.
Is Kenji's, I think, team.
Inafune.
So Mikey does not like Mega Man 9 or 10. I think Mega Man 9 is awesome still. I think, although I do recognize and understand what he's saying.
I think I can see why you hate 10 more, because that was more annoying than I remembered. Like that fucking level where you go underwater. What is it, Pump Man? And that just, like the levels in 10 are just so fucking long. They're like Mega Man 8 length without the mid-level checkpoints.
We'll play them all again some point. So we'll summarize our feelings on 9 more often, but this later on. But this is the final boss.
Yeah,
and this is awesome. Professor Wily is an alien.
Yeah, and by the way, the subtitle in Japan, because all these games have subtitles in Japan, I think it's called Rockman 2: The Secret of Dr. Wily. And this is supposed to be a secret.
I think Rockman is a better name than Mega Man.
We've had this conversation before. Yes, I agree it's less generic than Mega Man, but it still makes no sense to me. It just feels like word salad. What is a Rockman?
What, Rockman?
Yeah, what is a Rockman?
He rocks. Rock and roll, because there's rock, roll.
Is there a
rock, paper, scissors, enemies that were...
we know that, but...
Yeah, it's like if you...
What is a Mega Man? Mega Man, is it like a Superman?
Yeah, that's at least closer to what he is in the game. He, like, fights people. He is pretty much a superhero in the context of his own universe. So... It just works better as a title than Rockman, because, like, you see Rockman, it's just like, what am I? Is it like Chuck Rock? Am I throwing rocks around? Is it a man made of rocks?
You remember the game Chuck Rock?
Yes.
And you're complaining about Rockman. All right, Mega Man 2, defeated, dogs.
Oh yeah, I was going to read the descriptions of you complaining about the lag again.
Oh, well, I guess they're just going to have to go back and read them now, huh?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
You want to read them right now?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I need to pull them up real quick, because I've got to scroll through all these other Mega Man videos we did before I can pull it up.
Holy shit, the saw weapon really does tear through the enemies. Ethan got me all inspired, so I've been playing Mega Man 2 right now as well.
You're such a butt. You're playing while we're playing. God.
Welcome to the Game Mavericks Mega Man 2 playthrough. This playthrough will be different than most other playthroughs. Go ahead.
And I can say a lot more now that I actually got the feel of it to see why, the Mega Man series versus the X series and everything like that.
Welcome to the Game Mavericks Mega Man 2 playthrough. This playthrough will be different than most other playthroughs that you've seen, because we are playing the Anniversary Collection for PS2 that has a strange difficulty setting of its own. If you want to see a new version of Mega Man 2, look no further. Alright, that one wasn't really that funny.
No. But neither are we, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have our moments.
Oh, this one's good. Within the first 2 minutes, Mikey expresses his deep love and fetish for diarrhea. No wonder he talks about it all the time, huh? Who would have thought?
It's so fucking stupid.
Gotta love it.
Wow, a couple of unexpected guests joined the show for this episode. Gee, it's getting crowded in this room, huh? Well, we continue playing the butchered version of Mega Man 2 regardless.
I'm so glad we're playing these on a better version.
That was the episode where Chase and Lucian showed up, I think.
Yeah, I know.
And I put the...
God, Season 1 of Game Mavericks is weird.
But that lag, though. Ethan is experiencing serious difficulties due to the lag from the Television Plus console they are using. Seriously, it's more difficult than it looks. It's amazing what 1/5 second lag will do to hinder progress.
Hey, there's Mikey again.
Yay!
Mikey!
Let's drop in a picture of Yuki right here.
Okay.
Mikey Inafune.
It's the explosive
Mikey.
balls-to-the-wall finale of Mega Man 2 series. Join the Mavericks and guest Joan Pigglewiggle as we traverse the cavernous depths of Wily's Skull Fortress, wade through diarrhea water, count to 3, and face off with the extraterrestrial menace behind the needless Destruction. And watch the credits roll.
That is... You wrote that one. That one's not me. Look at the top of the capture there. It's actually cutting off the types of the names.
Oh, yeah.
But on the CRT, it doesn't do that because of the overscan.
Mm-hmm.
Overscan.
All right, so that's Mega Man 2.
There we go. That was Mega Man 2, and join us on the next episode of Sniff Mavericks, where we play some Sonic Unlorched.
Unlorched.
Well, aren't we going to do final thoughts, or are we just going to leave it there?
Oh, yeah. Final thoughts on the game.
I'm down on final thoughts.
Yeah, well, why don't you go first then, sir?
Best game ever played. It's a solid 6 out of 10. I don't know. I think I've mentioned my thoughts the entire time.
Yeah.
I think this game is the best of them all. Even though it does feel a little bit janky, it feels more like a mid-release NES game, which it is. Without getting into the nitty-gritty of it, and like what I mean by that, I'd say this is the best Mega Man game, classic series game that there is.
Okay.
Of all the ones that I've played, which is all of them except for Base and really 11, I find myself coming back to this one several times each year, just because I love the soundtrack, I love the gameplay itself. It's fun to play it different styles. Like you can play it with a Mega Buster only run, minus the bosses, because I haven't done that before. But I'll get to the stages with the Buster only. You can play with the Metal Storm, whatever you call it, Metal Blade. You can't go wrong with this game. It is just the best. And you?
Sorry, I'm answering a message from Eric.
Fun game. Tight controls, amazing music. There's a reason why it's held up its popularity as long as it has. Even when new people try it, even if they're not big at NES games, they can
this is pretty accessible.
Some sort of some good stuff about it.
It's also not that difficult.
I like how Alonzo just popped it in and started playing it. It's like, this is pretty good.
Well, it's been a while, so I needed to do like what you said with X6.
This one looked good enough that he started playing it. Not any of the other ones we played.
That's true.
Whereas this one looked good enough that he didn't play Shatterhand. He played Mega Man.
Shatterhand. Well, because Shatterhand, I was busy looking up all the Power Rangers /
I was busy looking up porn. What about you, Mikey?
What do you Shatterhand? Get it?
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, great game. I know that's kind of a cliched thing to say, because obviously Mega Man 2 is a good game, but it was one of those things where I replayed all of them, like I was expecting to find it kind of antiquated, and I came back, and no, it's a solid, well-designed little action platforming game. I'm not a huge fan of that crash turret level, but really that just comes down to the weakness being in trying to refill that if you run out or whatever, which is something you can technically avoid if you know what you're doing. But great bosses, great visuals, great soundtrack, a pretty solid level design, and I would say overall a solid improvement on the first game. Like the controls are tighter and stuff, and the levels feel a little bit more realized, but it's still pretty challenging. Great game.
They all follow their own unique themes, and it feels more realized than the first one too.
I mean,
where they all feel distinct and unique.
Really, what it comes down for me, as far as like other games in the classic series that I prefer more, is just like the presentation improving in games like 7 and in Base, and I feel like as good as this game is, it is still, you can still bend it over a pinball table if you use the metal disc, whatever that metal saw. What is it? Metal blade.
Metal Blade.
Yeah.
Because the Metal Blade is so this has a pretty solid roster of weapons, but the Metal Blade is so
Metal
good.
Blade is the only one.
It's not necessarily the only one, but it's so useful in literally every situation, and you have so much ammo that it kind of becomes like it throws off the balance a bit. And I'd say like games like Mega Man 4 have a more balanced roster. But that's just me.
I mean, I if you really want to see us play a Buster a main playthrough, then watch our original playthrough where you'll be introduced to such classic farts as Fart 3 and Fart 4.
Ethan, you should open this playthrough with Fart 3.
Okay, you got it, pal, if I remember. Well, I think we're gonna call it there. So thank you for joining us, everybody. Hopefully we get to replay some of the other Mega Man games soon. But we're happy to share this with y'all.
More games.
Bye now.
Bye.